Tech suits are getting really expensive, and recently Mizuno have launched 2 sub $100 suits that in today's video I'm going to put to the test to see if you can still swim fast in a suit that's super cheap. And if you stick around for the whole video, I'm also going to tell you how you can win a brand new Mizuno GX Sonic Lite in a jammer or a knee skin in your size from today's channel sponsor Buyee. So the first subject of today's video is the cheapest suit. Coming in at $70 US or 9,300 Japanese yen, we have the GX Sonic Dual, which is kind of like a take on the original Mizuno FX Sonic, which was their cheapest model. This uses some more basic materials combined with some of the better materials that we see on the Mizuno flagship suits, like the Ribtex fabric that's on the back of the suit, the same as what is on the back of the suit of all their flagships. This suit is super cheap, and I'm going to be putting it to the test against 2 other models today. The other of these models is the other main subject, which is the GX Sonic Lite. This one's a little more expensive at 13,000 Japanese yen or $90 US, and this features all the same fabrics as the flagship GX Sonic 6NV, except instead of having bonded seams and dual layering, it has stitched seams instead. Finally, I'm going to be testing out the flagship, which this one is a bit old and covered in sun cream from my recent trip to Thailand, so don't judge me or put something ridiculous in the comments, but this is the flagship. This one costs about 28,000 Japanese yen, basically twice the price of the GX Sonic Lite and almost 3 times the price of the GX Sonic Dual. In today's video, I'm going to first set a 25 freestyle benchmark in the flagship GX Sonic 6MV, which has been objectively measured as the fastest tech suit in the world. I'm then going to do 2 dive 25s in each of these 2 suits and find out how much slower or even faster they are than the flagship model, and if there's an obvious difference in feeling from a subjective perspective. So in today's video, I'm going to say if these are worth purchasing both subjectively and even a little bit objectively based on how fast I can swim with them. I personally purchased these 2 tech suits using today's channel sponsor Buyee, a Japanese dropshipping service that means you can use any store, including Mizuno themselves and all the swim stores in Japan, to purchase anything that you want, such as these 2 suits, at a very affordable price. Then the swim store that you buy these from will ship the suits to Buyee's warehouse, where you will then pay a shipping fee to get them shipped to wherever you are in the world. For me, that's the UK, but they ship to the US, they ship to Africa, they ship to South America, they ship to all of Europe. It doesn't matter where you are, you can purchase anything, not just swimsuits, from Japan at a really reasonable cost. And their service fee is super cheap. And on top of that, if you use my discount code in the description, you can save 10%. But on top of that, Buyee have done something that they've never done before, and that is that they are going to give away one of these GX Sonic Lite suits in either a men's jammer or a woman's knee skin to one of you viewers. You just have to go over to the Buyee link in the description, where you can pick one of the many options that gets you entries into the giveaway, and in 2 weeks' time, the winner of this suit will be announced, and I can't wait to see how one of you finds using this suit in competitions. I'm going to go and warm up, put on the first Mizuno, and do my first 25 time trial. So this is the GX Sonic Lite, £70, $90 or 13,000 Japanese yen, and it's an evolution of what was Mizuno's MX Sonic line, a line that I've reviewed 2 models of and always really enjoyed. The value proposition of this suit is just insane because all fabrics that it uses are the same as what is used in the GX Sonic 6MV you just saw me do a 25 in. It has 2 panels of the Sonic Lite material, which is a thin, water-repellent fabric, and at the back of the suit, it uses their very advanced Ribtex material. The only thing this suit really lacks is bonded seams, dual layering, and then the sticky tape around both the knee and again around the waistband. But it still feels really secure when on, and well, I'm gonna see how it feels in the water now, because I'm gonna get on the blocks and I'm gonna do 2 25s so we get a little bit more of an accurate reading. Because in the past when I've done these sorts of things, people say my sample size isn't big enough. So we'll do 2 25s of this, I'll get changed one more time, and then I'll give it a go in the even cheaper Sonic Jewel. So I've just finished my 2 25s in the Sonic Lite. It feels really good. I can't believe the water repellency. The water is just falling off every time I jump out of the water. I did mess up the dive on the second rep. You can see my stroke counts off because I finished on my left hand, not the right hand. And I overshot streamline a little bit, but we'll have to see what the times look like. It might surprise me and end up being faster. But the suit feels good, the compression level is really good. I'd say it's definitely a moderate compression suit, not a high compression suit like the MV. And you don't really notice the things like the stitched seams. One thing I do just wish was better on this was the waistband. It just feels like it comes down on your bum a little bit, but it never like slides down too much or falls off or flips up or something like that I've felt in other suits. Yeah, it just feels really locked in. I really like how this suit feels, and I think we're going to be pleasantly surprised by the times it has. The other thing I should mention is this suit comes in such a range of colours that the flagships don't. So I've got it in this teal blue, but you can get it in dark purple, red, orange, green, yellow. You can really let your personality shine through. Anyhow, I've got 2 more 25s to go, so I'm going to switch the light for the Jewel, the cheapest of the bunch, and see how that performs in the water. So I've now got the GX Sonic Jewel on, and this is an evolution of the FX Sonic line, the cheapest Mizuno tech suit line, and one I've never actually tried in the past. I wear a large in every other Mizuno suit, but knew this was a stretchier fabric, so I actually opted to go for a medium. And even then, it still feels a lot bigger than every other Mizuno I've ever had, and by far the easiest to put on. The material is this like striped fabric, which reminds you of the Speedo Aqua Blade for any of you master swimmers out there that remembers that in the late 90s. But it is by far the cheapest fabric of any Mizuno I've ever had. It fills its price tag. The GX Sonic Lite feels way beyond its price tag, but this one feels like a cheaper model. It's so stretchy, and it feels almost like a training suit. It does still have the Ribtex fabric on the back, which comes round on the inner thigh, but even that is not redeeming enough to compare to the GX Sonic Lite material that the other Mizuno models have. I might be pleasantly surprised when I dive in the pool, but just from putting the suit on alone and wearing it for just a few minutes, if I was gonna have a budget of under $100, I would pay the extra 20 bucks and get the GX Sonic Lite. Here we go though, I'm gonna get on the blocks, and maybe this will be the fastest of the 3, and everything I've just said is utter stupidity. There we are, 5 25s done. I can't wait to see the results, but if I would guess, this Jewel is much slower than the Lite. It's the first one that offered really no compression when I dived in. It felt either like I had bare skin, or it just didn't hold my muscles at all, which is something you really want from a tech suit. It didn't have any lift, and if I was gonna rate the 3 Mizunos I've tried today in terms of buoyancy, if the GX Sonic NV was 10 out of 10, the Lite would be 7 out of 10, and this would be 1 out of 10. It was really that obvious to me. And even like the Lite was bead in water and bone dry to the touch, that GX Sonic Lite material. This material that we have here on the Jewel It does have some beads, but there's full saturation of water within the material, and you can really feel it. It feels heavy now as I'm walking around poolside. The reason I made this video, and I don't do many budget tech suit videos, is because a lot of budget tech suits aren't good. And I would say that this GX Sonic Dual falls into that category. There is, in my mind, if you want to actually race and be competitive, this is not an option for you. But the GX Sonic Lite stands alone in an entire market as a tech suit that you can swim fast in, that you can swim PBs in. And actually the 3-generation old MX Sonic 02, the predecessor of the predecessor of the predecessor to the Lite, still has my 200 freestyle PB of 155 in it. And that's what I'm talking about. It's a suit that you can swim very fast in. And for every young kid out there, you'd be better off picking up 2, 3, or even 4 GX Sonic Lites and using them over the course of a season, changing them over a weekend between races, in opposed to just wearing one tech suit from September to August. I'm going to go home, time all the races digitally, and then I'm going to give you a rundown of the results. So I've just got home and I've used software to digitally time all the videos of the 25s, which you of course know because I've put the stopwatch over each of the 25s throughout the rest of this video. And I will just quickly give a disclaimer. I am trying to give a little bit of objectivity to these videos, but it's really hard, especially when I had only an hour to film this entire video, to do it super scientifically. But if I had all the time in the world and all the resources, I would have not only done more 25s in each suit, I would have used more swimmers to test the suits and create a bigger sort of pool of results. And lastly, I'd have tested the suit over a range of distances, because I do think as the distance got longer, we would see a wider variance in the results. So we had a range of the slowest 25 today being 11:34 and the fastest being 11:05. So we had a range of 0.29 today. But I think if we'd done, say, 100 in each suit, we'd have a range of maybe 1.5 seconds, a 400 maybe a range of 4 or 5 seconds. So I would have liked to do longer events, but obviously within an hour, if I'd done a 400 in each suit, it doesn't matter what the suits were, I would have fatigued more, I'd have been slower, it wouldn't have been good data anyhow. But they're the things I would have liked to have changed, and in future videos, hopefully I can start building the resources to make more objective scientific tests. But for now, I think there's still more fun challenges, but we do still and can take from that and from the results. I'm surprised that the GX Sonic 6MV was slower than the first attempt in the Lite, and I'm not surprised that the second attempt in the Lite was slower than the first 2 attempts, because I actually messed up the dive, and it was the only 25 I'd done 16 strokes for, whereas every other 25, regardless of the suit, I'd done 15 strokes. So that one, I'm not surprised, was slower. I really hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, make sure you like and subscribe. And of course, thank you to Buyee for sponsoring this video, not only enabling me to buy these suits and get them from Japan to the UK, but also to share them with you guys. And also, they're going to be giving away a GX Sonic Lite in your size, so your choice of color. So make sure you head over to the link for them in the description and get involved in that giveaway. I really hope, I wish you could all win it, but I really hope to hear from whoever does win it and see what they think of the suit themselves. So thanks for watching, and as always, I'll see you on the next one.